What's going on, guys? Klutch here once again. Welcome back to the channel. New ModHub update for Farming Simulator 19 and our first John Deere mods. Oh yes, finally first John Deere mods in the ModHub. And ironically, they are forestry mods on a new forestry map, as you can see here. I'll tell you all about it, guys. Let's dive into this. Pitter patter.
Klutch simulations.
All right, so you guys don't mind if we leave the John Deere mods for last, do you? We'll look at those in a sec. But we got a couple of things to look over down here. We'll start off with the quick implements. We've got two simple bale implements. Actually, this one here is called the Self-Made. It's obviously a bale implement for your wheel loaders. And this one down here, this is actually configurable, so it's a rail loader, or it could be a bale loader. It's all configurable depending on what you want to use. It's for any of your front loader attachments. I'm not going to go too much in detail on this, guys. You guys can check those out in the ModHub. They're ready there. They're ready to go. Go download them if you want. Let's move on down. We got another weight here, as you can see. The I can't even remember the name of this. The Gigenhart. Anyways, it's a ballast weight. The nice thing about this is that it's got front attachments, as you can see. So we don't have any weights I can think of that have the front attachments. So that gives you the option, let's see if I can grab onto this here quickly, of using your weight and then using some kind of a front attachment along with it, such as the pallet loader here, or maybe a bale loader or something along those lines. Yeah, not a bad option. That's kind of cool. I like that. Like I said, we don't have too many options with this. It's not an extremely heavy weight. I think it's only 600 to 1,000 pounds, I believe. Let's go double check this in the store. So obviously you're going to find that under your weights. And then we're going to scroll this one down. There she is. That's 1,000 kilograms, sorry. 500 pounds, no options for the most part. You have a gray decal or a yellow decal. The Gigenhart, there you go. A couple of color options, black or green. But looks good on the John Deere. That's pretty cool. All right, let's move along quickly here. Down the line, we've got a new Slurry Tank as well. Nothing out of the ordinary. However, there are a couple extra options on this particular Slurry Tank. We can customize, number one, the decals on the side, so there's quite a few decal options there. And the sprayer options on the back are kind of interesting, so I'll quickly show this one as well. Where is this one? Will be underneath our Slurry Tanks. And of course, we're going to scroll down. Did I miss it? I might have missed it. There she is. Yeah, the Slurry Tank 8000. So as we can see, if I swing around back here, the big thing I noticed with this one is the spreader system. So we have three different options there, from a gooseneck scatter, the exact scatter, or the swinging scatter. It's kind of nice to have those options. Not a lot of them have that many options. Brands, you've got a ton of different options for brands. It seems like more than usual. Just scroll through those quickly so you can see them. And last of all, the big thing here is the PTO. You have a small and a large PTO. I don't think I've seen that before. That's interesting. It's an extra $100 if you want to go with a larger PTO, but that's different. I don't think I've noticed that before. And your typical wheel setups. As for colors, not a lot of options there. You could change the color of the frame, and then your main color obviously is the tank. Green or silver. That's it. That's all you got. Not a bad little Slurry Tank. Kind of cool. Some interesting options on that one. Moving down the line here, we have the cane, the Coon, sorry, silage mixer is here as well. You guys might remember this one from, well, I think this goes back a long ways, back to like farming titanium, maybe even. I definitely had this one in 15 and 17. This is kind of the status quo here, guys. This is the original. So we've had this one for quite a while. Take a quick look at this one here in the store as well. Obviously, you're going to find this under your animals section. The SPV Comfort 112,000. So it's actually the cheapest model. What's the size of this one? It's a little bit smaller than our other two options right now, but it's cheaper as well. No options available to it. It is what it is. But you know what? It's good to make another appearance. It's good to see this this particular mixer back in the game again. All right, let's move on. Decks down the line. You guys might recognize this. I can never pronounce this one right. The Goldner? Anyways, once again, making an appearance. I believe this was on both 17, 15 as well as mods. Great old little tractor, and it's been faithfully replicated for FS19, as you can see here. I do like this wooden bench at the back. I don't remember ever seeing anything like that before. That looks great. A lot of detail put into this mod. Looks fantastic. There are quite a few different options for the chassis on this one, and as well, obviously you have a front loader here. You have quite a few options for your bucket for various different implements, whether it be a silage or a hay bale fork or something along those lines. Let's go take a quick look at this one as well in the store, just so you have an idea what you're looking at. Obviously this is going to be under your small tractors. There's the IMT we looked at, the 558, kind of similar to that, but this one is actually quite a bit nicer, to be perfectly honest. There we go. Now you're paying for a little bit more for it. It's almost up to $20,000. As far as your configuration, so first off, you got a weight you can put up on the front. That's kind of cool. Wheel setup, so you have your standard stuff, but you also have some twin skinnies, as well as twin regulars. Kind of cool. And then there's a single skinnies. I don't know if we had skinnies on any of the previous versions of this. I don't remember having skinny tire options on in FS17 on this one. Anyways, it looks really good. I do like the options we have for wheels there. Now, if we move over to our engine setups, we have a couple different setups there from 70 horsepower, 75. You got 70 horsepower with a rack, and then you've also got the cab options as well with the same variations. Just looks very interesting with the cab. I don't know if I don't remember this being in the ModHub last time with this option. I thought it was a PC download that had some of these different options on here. But very interesting looking cab, that is for sure. Now I believe we can change this color. Yeah, there we go. Just to a few different gray colors. There's not a lot of options as far as the design goes, but you have a couple there. Rim color, of course, is the same as well. You can change that to more of an ivory white or to a gray. Unfortunately, you can't change any of the other colors. They are what they are. And then last of all is the front loader attachment. So if you want a front loader, you can. What was the other one there? Yeah, you have the three different front loader options there, essentially, depending on what you're looking for. Anyways, very cool tractor. Really glad to have this one back in game. First person view does look good on this one as well. Very cool. In fact, I believe you get animations for the bucket as well, which is kind of neat. That is cool. Anyways, I'm going to leave this alone, but really happy to have this one back in the game as well. All right, let's move on to what we're all here really for. Yeah, the John Deere Forestry equipment is back in the game, guys. John Deere Forestry equipment, well, back in the game, is in the game finally. First John Deere mods we've seen in the ModHub as well. I find that kind of surprising, to be honest, that it's forestry equipment, but pretty excited that they're here. They both look fantastic. This thing here, I don't believe I've ever seen these in real life, but both look fantastic. So we'll just jump into, I guess, well, what is the log carrier here? Okay, lets me in. Come on, let me in. There we go. The 1910 first person view, as you'd expect. Everything looks fairly status quo there. And then you also have a third person view of just the arm. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. And then obviously normal third person view. The cab is the weird thing on this one. I find the cab stays centered with wherever the back of the apparatus is facing. Kind of interesting. So that is the 1910. Let's jump over to the actual forestry equipment, the 100, what is it, the 1470G, I guess. Yeah. This one here, once again, very similar. Now you got some interesting paint going on the side there. That's different. Interior view is exactly the same as the other model. You also have a third person view of just the implement itself. You can fire that up. Which one is it for that? There we go. There we go. But yeah, it behaves just like the rest of the log cutting equipment you're going to find. I'm not very good with this stuff, but yeah, it's great to have some John Deere equipment in here. Very, very cool. So I'll take a quick look at these in the store. There are not a lot of options with these. In fact, I don't think there are any off the top of my head. But it's fantastic to have some John Deere mods in the ModHub finally. Let's go take a quick look at the forestry equipment section here. So forestry equipment, obviously. We have the 1470, so the log cutting device. You have some tire options, just the chains. That is really it there. And you have two different options for that. Well, a few different options, I should say. So you can go single chains or you can go to the doubles. And yeah, You can kind of have an idea what the chain options are available. Now, if we go to the Nokians, no, the Nokians there's no chain options for the Nokians. It's just the, I can't pronounce that. There's no way. So you do have a few options for the chains if you so desire. I believe the same goes for the 1910 as well. Nokians do not have that option, but if we go over to the other branded tires, you do have a few other options there for chains. Kind of cool. And of course, you also have a different grill option with this particular model. You can go with a front plow or a front grill. It's funny, it's actually a whole different front plate there you get as well. So you can go with just the plate or just the blade, or a whole different, or both combined. Interesting. And last of all, you have an engine option. You can go in for a low range engine, 1910. Yeah, there's a couple different options there. So you can go up to 320 horsepower from 280. If you max this out, you're looking at 355,000-ish. So yeah, pretty expensive piece of equipment, but nice to have some John Deere logging equipment back in the series. Very cool, very cool. All right, so last of all, we did also receive a few different placeable objects I want to discuss. Let me just back this up here. Ooh, look at that go. All right, so let's talk about the placeables quickly. So first up, we've got a new liquid manure tank. Exactly what you'd expect. I don't think we have to go into too much detail there. It looks good. A very simple liquid manure tank, but we don't really have any options for that. This is the first one that I can think of. But yeah, it looks great. And then kind of to go along with that liquid manure tank, we have a slurry trading system now that is available. So you got a slurry shop, slurry storage, slurry trader. Yeah, this was available back in FS17. I remember that we had this come out. This is kind of a nice option as well. So you can see you have your options, 15 grand per, and it will give you the option to buy and sell slurry. Very cool. And last of all, we have the bale, sell point, and storage. This comes in 3 different variations. It looks great as well. A nice little bale area that we can use as a placeable now. Nice to have a sell point on your farm for bales in the ModHub. I've been using, there's a barn we have available for PC, but now in the ModHub, this one here looks pretty good. And this is available for everybody, as you can see here. The only thing of this mod list that's not available for console this time is simply the ballast weight. That is the only one that is PC only. But everything else in this update is available for all users, which is fantastic. And then, of course, last but not least, we have the map itself, guys. This is the logging in the mountains map. Very obviously a logging map. I'll just take a quick look around for you. There's not a lot to see, to be perfectly honest, but if you are a logger, you will know what to expect here. The land is broken up into basically quadrants. I think there's 5, maybe 6 different areas you can purchase, but it's essentially trees. There's nothing else on this. There's a couple sell points. We'll see if we can get out of this area, but it's just packed with trees. Let's see if I can follow the road out here. So there is your base farm area right in here. And let's bring up the map so you can kind of see what we're looking at. It's essentially an island. There is a sawmill in the center. There's a shop in the top corner, which we were just at. But other than that, I'll see if I can zoom over to the sawmill so you can see that area. Did we hit it yet? It's got to be right there. Here's the sawmill area. But other than that, it is simple treed areas. There's a couple trails that go through some of the areas into the woods. But really, you have to do what you want with this map. It is just a large island with tons of trees. When you get off to the sides here, you're kind of surrounded by water, as you can see. You follow this around. You've got waterfalls on both sides. Kind of interesting. Kind of a large cliff up on the top here. But really, the whole map is essentially just trees, and you have to decide where you want to go through, of course. We'll go back into the actual map. I'll show you the self or the how to purchase the lands here. So you can see we have quadrants on. It's essentially 4 main quadrants of the island itself. You own the center one. You're going to need to harvest a lot of trees to be able to purchase anything. If we go to this one over here, for instance, that's 1.89 million you're going to need to buy this without. If you're not cheating any money in, it's going to take quite a bit to get the amount of money to purchase some of this land. 1.4, 1.5. and so on and so forth. So a lot of logging needs to be done here to buy some land, guys, but pretty nice looking map for the most part. Nice big lots of logs to harvest, that's for sure. Oh, I was hoping I could jump that. Get over there. Let's see what's over top the hillside. I think this should be just water. Yeah, it is too. Anyways, guys, if you're into logging, well, you're more than welcome to it. I don't think I'll be playing on the map, but we all know how well I do at logging. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick ModHub update. If you did, make sure you drop a like, and if you're not a subscriber, guys, don't forget to subscribe. That'll do it for today. This is Klutch, over and out.